welcome back. It is great to be here. Of course, yesterday, National Signing Day, and I think by now you might be getting an idea of what's going on here. We have David Sanders Jr. in here, only the #1 offensive lineman in the country, one of the very top players in the country, and all kinds of rumors, David, all kinds of speculation. First of all, congratulations for playing on a great football team. You were in the studio a couple of years ago with your teammates, and they've gone everywhere. And now a lot of people are waiting for you to make up your mind.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, first of all, I just want to thank you for allowing me to come on your show and, have this opportunity to make this announcement. Obviously, signing day was yesterday, but we waited for today. So, just want to let everybody know for the next 3 to 4 years, I'll be attending the University of Tennessee.
There it is. That has been the speculation, although when the signing didn't happen yesterday, I don't think I need to tell you, there were a lot of hearts fluttering across the country. All the recruiting wires were rampant. First of all, congratulations.
Yes, sir.
It is a special moment, and I'm watching your family over here, and I only hope you realize how proud they are.
Yes, sir.
They are going crazy, and so am I, and I'm so proud of you. Let's talk about the decision. Why Tennessee?
Yeah, first of all, Tennessee has been in it from the very beginning. They offered me as a freshman in high school, and they've been kind of on me every year since then, just expressing to me that I was a priority in their class and, a must-get for the class of 2025. Coach Heupel has expressed to me many times that I'm the leader of this class, and he wants me to come in and really lead them. Along with our quarterback and the other recruits that we have as well. So, yeah, Tennessee did a great job recruiting me. And, the recruiting class they have coming in, I feel like we have a great mix of guys. We have great quarterback, great receiver, a good defensive core coming in, and other offensive linemen as well, along with myself. So I'm super excited about that.
And David, when you're as good as you are, and I remember you played at Providence Day, which had so many great players over the last couple of years. You've been everybody's been watching you since your freshman year. You can go anywhere you want. Right. Take us through. You committed to Tennessee, and then there was a tug of war. A lot of people. You went to Ohio State.
Yes, sir.
Recently, when they played Indiana. How do you finally make a decision when everybody wants you?
Yes, it's definitely a difficult decision, but I feel like with me and my support system, and that's my mom, my dad, my family, like many people have known, like throughout this entire process, I don't really move a step without them, being at the helm. So listening to them and their advice on what I should do with, my next steps and where we should visit, I really just listened and, whatever they said really went. So obviously my opinion meant a lot to them, and hearing what they had to say, because a lot of the times when we go on these visits, Division I schools, they're all flashy, they're all nice. So I was kind of just looking at that, but they would make me see things that maybe I didn't see during the visit. So I'm so grateful to have them in my corner. And obviously with making this decision to Tennessee, it was a hard one. Like you said, you have everybody in the country coming after you, but I just feel like they separated themselves very easily, and just being around the program, it was easy to, connect with their coaches, connect with their players, and connect with the recruiting class I'm going to be in.
I remember when the announcement was in August, it was huge news. You play in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I remember to me, again, I'm old school.
Yes, sir.
I said, it must be over,
Right.
but it's never over,
Yes,
is it?
Sir. No.
And I know it's complimentary, it's flattering, but how tough is it when you make a commitment,
Right.
you made it at the school, and then did it take long before somebody was already trying to get you to change your mind?
No, sir. I feel like a lot of schools were very respectful of my decision. When I made my decision, nobody really put a lot of pressure on me to continue to, visit their school or anything. They kind of let me make my own decision. But I feel like the decision to go to Ohio State was a big one for me and my family, because they were very close when it was time to go to Tennessee. When I picked them in August, and Ohio State was right behind them. So I felt like it was only right to maybe give them one more shot, just to make sure, I had made my decision and this was firm on where I wanted to be. And, I appreciate their coaching staff just like I appreciate the Tennessee coaching staff, because they did a phenomenal job recruiting me as well.
You had all the big schools listed,
sir.
the ones around here, South Carolina, Clemson, Georgia, Alabama,
Yes, sir.
Nebraska. It got down to between Tennessee and Ohio State. When you look at Ohio State, I mean, to say the least, one of the top programs in the country.
Sure.
Was there a tipping point where you gave it one more look? You were there on a huge weekend.
Right.
It's an incredible place.
No doubt.
Tennessee's better?
Yes, sir. Just, I mean,
That's
I,
really objective coming from me.
right. I just feel like the connection I had with the University of Tennessee, the coaches, the players, was a lot different from the connection I had at Ohio State. It's a little bit farther from home, a little bit colder, and things like that. But I feel like they just did a phenomenal job. But it was just that I just felt at home at Tennessee more than.
I don't think I need to tell you. You've probably seen some of the projections. There is a chance Tennessee's playing
Yes,
at
sir.
Ohio
Yes,
State.
sir. I did see that.
May not happen, but it could. That
Right.
would be pretty crazy.
That would be a
Wouldn't it?
big one. That would be a big one for sure.
But in terms of Tennessee, let's talk. You mentioned Coach Heupel, but they were a major factor this year. They still are. They're likely, almost certainly, going to the playoffs. Talk about that campus. Yes, it's what, 3 hours from here?
Yeah, 3 hours and 30
Not
minutes.
far, but it's across the mountain, of course.
Sure.
When you got there for the first time, what was it like, and what did you experience?
Definitely. The very first time I went up there, I had a 7-on-7 tournament back when I was playing tight end and defensive end. And I just remember seeing the mountains, and I called my mom. I was like, Mom, they were on their way. They were on the highway because we went with our team. And I'm like, Mom, I really like Tennessee. I really like Tennessee. It's pretty cool up here. She's like, boy, if you don't just come back and just get this tournament over and come back home, you're not going to the mountains. So I feel like that was a pretty cool first interaction with her in Tennessee, because I remember the very first steps I went into the facility. I'm like, man, this is nice. The indoor facility is up to date. The weight room is amazing, and obviously having Coach Heupel and his staff, it just makes it 10 times better. So they made it feel like home ever since the first day.
I was up there a couple of years ago. I talked to one of his players the day before the game, and he said, what you don't understand about Coach Hype is he is a player's coach.
No doubt.
I'm sure you saw that.
Yes, sir.
How do you describe that to the rest of us?
Oh yeah. I mean, he's a player's coach. He's a recruiter coach. Like, he's the whole package. When you're going through the recruitment process, you get a lot of fake energy from a lot of coaches, I feel like sometimes. But I feel like he was very authentic on who he was, and he didn't change from the very first time I met him until now. And then just getting to talk to the current players on the team, it doesn't seem like he's going to change once I get there. He shows you who he is, and if you don't like that, then you probably won't go to Tennessee. But I feel like I match perfectly in his system and his culture of his program, so I feel like he does an amazing job.
This is going to be an awkward question with mom and dad, literally just right there. When you talk to them,
Right.
this is a family decision. I mean, they're going to be with you every step of the way.
No doubt.
How do you just decipher what this school offers, what this school offers? There's also another element to it now with NIL. Well, what did mom and dad, and you got a couple of sisters over there as well. What did they all tell you?
The most thing they would tell me is just to be where my feet is planted. They didn't want too much pressure on me throughout this process. For me, it was a lot of times where a lot of people wanted me to do things or think about college, but I was still a freshman, sophomore, junior in high school. They just wanted me to enjoy my time in high school, and that was first and foremost. And then obviously make my decision based off where I wanted to be. It wasn't based off NIL, it wasn't based off anything like that. They kept all that away from me throughout this process, so I can genuinely just make that decision for me and where I felt best fitted.
David, I was up there for the Alabama game, and I had the opportunity to go back to the school publication building where I got my start. I told a group of students that I would not have a job today with the University of Tennessee. This is a weird question because you're going to make hundreds of millions of dollars in the NFL,
Yes,
but you're interested in journalism
Oh.
and podcasting, things like that. Tell
Right.
us about that.
Yeah, definitely. I want to be more so in the medical field because I'm going to be an exercise science major on the pre-med track when I get there in Tennessee. But definitely journalism is another big thing as well. Just being able to talk and being able to, public
Okay,
speaking.
I'm gonna be a parent here.
Okay.
I've been in journalism and communication my whole life. My wife is a physician.
Right.
Be a physician.
No
Go
doubt.
pre-med. Don't. And by the way, there's a lot of
Right.
athletes who
Oh, yes, sir.
in the NFL who have gone. Actually, I interviewed the head coach at the basketball coach at Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
Mark Pope, went to medical school. It can be done, and
sure.
you make a couple $100 million, and then you become a doctor.
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
Now I know that Ortho Carolina is part of what you're going to be representing, aren't
For
you?
sure. Yes, sir.
So is that something you would be interested in?
Yes, sir. That would be the type of field that I would, try to pursue once I get done with football. Yes, sir.
You also, as a lot of young people, very impressive, spend time giving back. And I want you to talk a little bit about, I don't know how you find time to do anything other than practice football and all the other sports that you played, but I know you also are very community oriented. Tell us about that.
Yeah, definitely for me, at my school, Providence Day, they do a lot of giving back things, giving back to the youth. So that's something I built a passion for, the underprivileged kids, being able to make that impact on their lives because we had to do a thing. I forget do you remember the name? I don't remember the name of the foundation that we had helped out, but these kids come every single summer, and I've built this relationship with some
Grant
of these
Williams
kids.
Family Fund. And
Yeah.
by the way, Grant Williams
For sure.
sat right in that chair not
Yes,
that long
sir.
ago.
Yeah. So building that relationship with these kids from when I was a freshman in high school and they were maybe 5, 6, or 7, and now they're 8, 9, 10. And they still remember you from that. So I built a real passion for that, just being able to make an impact on a kid's life.
Well, I know you got a lot of celebrating and exhaling to do.
Yes, sir.
This was a tough decision, and I just want to tell you how happy we are that you came by and ended the anxiety on Rocky Top. And just looking through the bright lights over there, I see a lot of smiles
Yes,
from your family. Congratulations on a great
it.
moment.
Thank you.
David Sanders Jr. Making the announcement right here that he's attending and will play for the University of Tennessee. You'll live good in Orange.
No doubt. Thank you.
We'll take a short break.